On an average day, how many hours do you spend staring at Excel?
I would say on an average day, probably at least 10.
That makes me laugh. So what is your job at Catherine Gin? Like give a breakdown of what you do with us.
So basically my job is anything analytical, anything number related. So which can kind of mean two different things. I would say, you mean, for example, we're starting a new product. So my job was to come up with, okay, so this is the price or this is the cost of the product. You want to make X number of dollars and just kind of doing more of the pricing side of things. And if you spend, you mean, have someone buy 10 of them, we want a 5% discount. This is what the adjustment. So simple math. And I should almost back up for a second. A lot of analytics is not crazy math. I mean, we're not talking you have to be a super mathematician here. It's just looking and learning how to look at the numbers, I think is another thing. Then the other piece of it is taking all of the reports out of Amazon. So Amazon is basically where we are doing most of our analytic work for Catherine Gin. And with that, they offer so many different reports. It's just taking those reports and learning what to do with them to combine the full analysis that you want to present. So my job is to basically look at the data. I usually look at it probably twice a week, once on Tuesday, so we kind of do a midweek review, and then also on Sunday. And compile all of the reports, pull the weekly reports, pull any monthly reports that I might want to look at, and then compile the data into a spreadsheet. At that point, then I'm looking at specific things. Are we seeing an increase in our ad spend? Are we seeing an increase in clicks going to our page? Are we seeing all of a sudden, oh my goodness, we sold 100 of one of the products? Or is it something, we're not selling anything, and last week we sold 20, so why is there such a big change? Those are kind of the things that I'm looking at on a weekly basis.
So getting into more of the marketing side now of Catherine Gin and kind of what you see as a company and who their customers are and things like that. So just a question here is, from the data you've collected, who is a Catherine Gin customer? How would you describe their customer looking at the data? Because as you know, the funny thing is living in the internet world is we don't see these people ever. So you can't describe them in a traditional way, like, hey, they walk into my store, this is what my customer looks like and talks like and stuff. We just see them like literally as numbers. We just see numbers and that's it. And so how would you describe a customer from Catherine Gin, like that segment, or just from the data that you've looked at, that you look at every day?
So one of the things that I started looking more closely, and at this point it's pretty manual that what we're doing, we don't use any software or anything like that, but we're looking at it and seeing where is this person from, because we don't get, like you said, we don't have their, I don't even have their full name. I have their location, are they a repeat buyer, and so forth. So one of the things that I think that I look at closely though is California. California is definitely where most of our buyers come from. I would say at least 45 to 50% of our buyers come from the state of California. Then I would say females, we're getting more and more males that are coming in, but it's definitely a female that's coming in to buy, or I should say buying it online. The other piece is that I would say we're focusing more on the older women at this point in time for some of our products. But I wouldn't say that's not the case for all of the products. Catherine Gin has a variety of products, and each product is going to be a little bit different as to what we're seeing. But the main segments that I would look at is older, female, and from the state of California. The other two states that we're seeing a higher pickup is Texas and Florida, which kind of surprised me. I would have thought New York right away. Florida and Texas are definitely the next two in line.
Is there anything from the numbers that you've seen that surprised you since you started? Like, I never expected this kind of thing, or especially coming. It's true because you have zero experience with skincare and you have zero experience with Amazon. So it was kind of like two new things, and you came into the world, and all of us have very strong, like, what's the word, like thoughts, assumptions, I guess, of the two, and now you see the backside of both worlds at the same time. Is there anything that's been very surprising to you of the customers or the world or just in general?
I think everything has been surprising. And what I mean by that is, I knew nothing, you know what I mean, about skincare coming into this. I think one is how much skincare products people really buy, like how big this market is. I was not aware, you know what I mean, in my eyes before I started working at Catherine Jane, you know what I mean, it was going to Target and buying whatever one, or going to Macy's, depending on what we wanted to spend. So I think that's the one thing, is how large the market is. Also, I was very surprised at, you know what I mean, how it's something that isn't just in the state of California. I mean, it's all over. You know what I mean? Like, people are buying this in the rural areas, they're buying them in the cities, you know what I mean? It's everywhere. The biggest one on top of that, like I said, I'm very surprised of where we're seeing the people the most buying it. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing, is we don't know is, you know what I mean, like, if we're seeing all these people in Florida buying our products, are they all friends? Are they all part of the same, you know what I mean, like, group? That's something I don't have that information to spread, because as we all know, a lot of times word of mouth is your best advertisement. So if we're seeing that coming through, I mean, we're definitely, and that could be the case for the state of Florida.
Have you noticed any patterns among the customers, or just, I guess, customers or actions that we see, if that's on Amazon type of thing, through the data, or just in general?
Definitely, we're seeing some more patterns. You know, the longer we're in it, the more patterns we're able to see, because of the more data we have. I think that's one of the big things when it comes to analytics, is to be patient, because you need a lot of time to be able to really see if there are actual trends, or if it was just a one-time anomaly, or whatever it might be. Some of the trends that we're starting to track now that we've been kind of working together for almost a year, we're able to really look at some of our products and see, okay, so with the ads that we're putting onto Amazon, what is the best placement of those ads? Is it on the top of the page? Is it when I go to a product page? So if I'm looking at, let's say, a red shirt, and I click on that red shirt, it's at the bottom of the page there, where all of a sudden I see all these other t-shirts that are for sale that I might like. Or is it just randomly within the search itself? We've found, after looking at the numbers and kind of debating for quite a while of what is the best place, is we found that it was actually Rest of Search for some of our products. And the only thing that, I mean, we're coming up with the ideas, obviously we don't have the answers, but it's kind of more of our hypothesis, is that if our product comes up naturally, on the middle of the page, and our Rest of Search comes up on the same, like, two-step pages or two boxes over, all of a sudden now we're getting it twice, and it's like, oh, this is familiar. I think I might click on it if it's coming up here twice, and it's, I mean, looks like it could be a good product for me. So that's something that we definitely have been able to pinpoint. I mean, another thing too is which products work with the ads. Not all of our products are working with ads. I mean, and unfortunately, a lot of it in the beginning is trial and error. And, you know, I mean, it costs a lot of money by putting a lot of money, saying, you know, like, okay, we think this is it. This is where we're going to put all of our money in this one product, and we're going to put it at the top of the page, and it's, you know, we're going to make millions, and we sold nothing. And then it's like, why didn't that work? Because we didn't have the right data, and we didn't have enough time to look at it and learn. And now we know, after even a year of this one product, we're like, no, we want to run the ad because every once in a while it does sell something. But it's not something that we can put a lot of money into, because we're never going to convert on a regular basis.